Good evening, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, I woke up really late today. I'm very not happy about that. Also too though, I thought that today was supposed to be the day that it got really warm. It's tomorrow. Today was actually very cold. Tomorrow is supposed to be like 49 is a high or something like that. Then I think the next, so like tomorrow, what's tomorrow? So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is supposed to be really warm. Saturday is supposed to get really cold, like 30s or 20s, something like that. I think not even get up into the 30s as a high. Then I think Sunday is supposed to be a little bit cool too, like maybe mid 30s or something like that. Then it's supposed to get back up and looks like we're supposed to stay in the 40s from like the foreseeable future of like the next couple days forecast after that. So I'm hoping that means that like afterwards we'll be like in, you know, normal kind of like more spring weather, because I mean, come on guys, it's like, you know, mid-March. I don't really mind though. I don't know, I do kind of mind at the same time, but like I know that like March it's cold still. We still have some snow every once in a while. We can still get snow in April. Getting snow in May, I don't want that. But you know, like if it's like random kind of, you know, but like I'd like a little bit more of a higher average for like, you know, warm weather. And okay, also too, I think tomorrow's not supposed to rain. Then Thursday, Friday, it's supposed to rain, I think. So we're not even gonna have like warm, nice weather. It's supposed to be like cold or like warm and rainy weather. I haven't been very motivated by the weather lately because it has been kind of cold. But I also have not been like motivating myself to get up very early, and not motivating myself to go to bed either. Like last night I could not fall asleep. I just like, it was so hard to fall asleep like the night before, because I only got 4 hours of sleep, and so then I slept in so late that yesterday that I couldn't fall asleep last night. So this is like, normally that's how my Mondays always seem to go, really bad because of it. So again, today though, like last night I couldn't fall asleep, so I woke up late today. So now, I'm not going to bed super early today, but I did wind up getting, again, a good amount of stuff done. I did do laundry today earlier. And too though, I woke up kind of late. So later, like after that though, I was kind of like just doing my own thing this morning, kind of, because it was more afternoon by that point. And then we ended up, like we got pizza for dinner, and then we ended up watching the Hawks game and the Cubs game. The Cubs game started I think 8 o'clock, so it ended kind of late. But then I came in my room and I was like, okay, well I'm gonna finish my Meyer list so I don't have to worry about doing it tomorrow, and just like finalize, you know, make the list and everything. Even though I have all the coupons clipped, I know what I'm gonna do. I just actually have to like physically like just write it out or whatever. So I did that, but while I was doing it I decided, oh, I'll edit at the same time. So I ended up doing that as well. I got through 2 vlogs, which I'm happy about, and I'd stay up late to get that done at least, because I'm a little behind and I'd like to get caught up. So like I said, I'm working on that. I'm happy that I got those 2 things done, so we can go to Meyer tomorrow. And then again too, I also edited, so I was happy about that. However guys, there is something that I want to share with you, because honestly guys, I feel like it's because we're finally like, you know, starting to get a lot of sunlight right now, and that's why this thing that I'm going to show you guys is pretty cool. And you guys might have remembered when back I don't remember when it was, maybe January, maybe even before that, maybe I've had it since before Christmas, I don't really remember. But we ended up getting this little guy. I think maybe I got him right after Christmas. We ended up getting this little guy, and at first I was kind of concerned because I am horrible at keeping plants alive, indoor plants. I do perfectly fine with all of our vegetable garden. Honestly, sometimes I kind of wish that I didn't have so much luck with the vegetables outside, because sometimes they're kind of coming out of my ears and I don't know what to do with all of it. And so I kind of wish sometimes that I struggled in the vegetable garden as much as I do with my house plants. I so far have never successfully kept a house plant myself. My mom does wonderful with houseplants. She's got houseplants come out of her ears, and I don't know how well she does with vegetable gardens, really. I don't know, that's kind of my thing, but we're like complete opposites. So again, you know, all of the houseplants, we've got the windowsill, and then the top part of like the windowsill in the bathroom has got nothing but houseplants that she's like starting and repotting. And then she just repotted a big plant that I think was my grandma's, but it's got like huge, like all of a sudden sudden now, like I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know, because she just replanted it this weekend, and all of a sudden looking at it, maybe it's just because it's in a bigger pot, it looks like it like doubled in size. Well, when it was in the smaller pot, and you'd think like in a smaller pot it would look bigger, but in the bigger pot it looks bigger. So I'm like, is it really growing? Like, you know, because obviously plants really can only grow to like the size of the pot that they're in. Like otherwise, that's why they need to be replanted. Otherwise they'll just stay at that, so, you know, it's like tiny little size. So they have to be constantly replanted. I'm thinking I might have to actually replant this dude because of what it looks like. So here is my Venus flytrap. Do you guys see that? So I kept it in here, and I had the lid on it up until the point that this thing is now growing at the top of it. But I planted it, or I didn't plant it, but you know, I've kept it in here the whole time. And I had the lid on it because it kind of kept it like, and we kept it in the bathroom, which it loves because it loves humidity. And also too, did you guys know, I looked this up recently, these are actually, it doesn't say it on here, but I looked it up online, I think native of like, I was thinking like South America or something like that, right? Because I'm like, humidity, you know, I think it's actually one of the Carolinas. I want to say North Carolina or South Carolina. That is actually where they come from. Like that's where they're native to. And I had no clue, because when you think of Venus flytrap, you're thinking like, again, those gigantic, you know, and I named it Audrey too after Little Shop of Horrors. So you know, I'm thinking like giant plants like that. They don't get huge, actually, really. They kind of are smaller plants, but apparently, like I said, that's where they're native, you know, from, and that's, I guess, where, like I said, they grow. It's just weird because I've never really seen that. So, again, like I was telling you guys, it has been doing pretty well. It has some dead leaves in there, but I honestly, like, I'm not entirely sure. Like the ones that are actually big in there seem like they're growing really well, but I'm thinking maybe I do need to replant it. And I've like given it some like fruit flies and like regular flies. For the most part, it seems like it's doing really well. Like it is consistently having new growth, but it seems like some of the ones on the outside, which might have been the ones that actually like were originally like when I first got it, they're the ones that aren't like, seem like they're doing as well, but like the new growth seems like it's actually doing fairly well. So the thing is though, is I don't know if you guys can tell, those actual like brown leaves that are in there, that is from the plant that was above it, because I told you guys how it's in the bathroom, so it's on the lower shelf. The one above it, well, it's actually on the shelf, the spot right next to it, but my mom has got a, I think it's the vinca vine that's growing, and it's looped up, and she's growing it like on the top part of the shelf, and it had a couple dead leaves, and it dropped them into there, and I'm kind of frightened to put my hand inside of it, and I don't want to go after the dead leaves that are in there, because the you know, I don't want the Venus flytrap to start going after my fingers. Which, like I said, I don't think that that'll be much of a problem, but I just want to get something to like get it out of there with. But like I said, it's like thriving, and I do not do well with houseplants. So, and I have no clue with the giant thing coming out of the top. It looks like it's gonna bloom. I don't know too if that's like a bad thing. It's not supposed to do that. But again, in reality, well, no, because it does show on the actual picture of it. Like, I think that's what the flower is supposed to look like. So, and it says on there that it will grow really, really slowly when it's not, and I don't know if I looked this up online, but it has the whole instructions on there, and it does say remove old dead leaves and traps as they turn black. So it does do that, and that's what that is. They are turning black, the ones on the outside, so that's why I think that it's okay. But it did say, like, when, and like I said, I don't know if this, it says a minimum of 4 hours of direct sunlight is recommended. During its active growing season, that's what it says on here, the Venus flytrap should receive a minimum of 12 hours of light. Now that I think it's getting into that, like, we're getting a lot more sunlight right now, and not just, like, again, minimal sunlight, because we're getting into the longer days, and more sunlight, it now is, like, just, it blew up. One day, all of a sudden, I looked at it, and I was like, I have to take the lid off, because because it's like growing like crazy, and these leaves too are huge. Like it was just barely, like, I don't know if you guys can see this like one little one that's like right here. That was how all of them were. And look at like how tall they are, and they're standing up and like all this stuff. So again, it is completely thriving. I also too, really, because it's been in the bathroom, I kept checking it because I was very concerned. I didn't want it to not have water, but I kept checking it, and like I've only watered it a couple times. Like I've barely watered it at all because it has been, you know, like so humid in the bathroom. So not like constant humidity, but I think that it's just not been dry in the bathroom, so it's not really like, you know, drying out where it needs water. So I guess that's a good thing. But it's not like it stays constantly humid in the bathroom. Just, you know, again, we have one bathroom and there's 5 people that live here, and most people take a shower. I take one. My dad takes one. Normally Jack takes one, and right now while Matthew's home, he takes one every single day. Jack and my mom don't necessarily take one every single day, but normally Matthew always takes one in the morning. My dad sometimes will take 2 showers, and I take one every single night. So we constantly, I mean, people are in the shower a lot, so we do have a lot of humidity, but it is, like I said, guys, it's just been thriving, and it's crazy because, like I said, I had a succulent too, and I was like, I want to keep a succulent because they're so hard to kill. You guys want to know what I did? I ended up killing it, and shortly after that my mom got me this, which is a fake succulent, because she was like, I can't believe that you let, you know, you can keep a succulent alive. They're like one of the hardest things to kill, and I honestly thought Venus flytrap, like there's no way. Like I got it because I thought it was cool. It was a couple bucks at Aldi. I was like, yeah, it's not gonna last. I'll try, but it's not gonna last. And it's been doing amazing. So like I said, you know, for me not having a very good green thumb with indoor plants, I'm surprised at how well it's doing, and hopefully again it keeps up with, you know, it's you know, like it's growing, I guess, and it's just doing well. And so like I said, I'm happy about that, but I'm almost thinking too, like, do I need to replant it? Am I supposed to? It doesn't necessarily say that on the instructions, but I'm gonna look that up online. There's a lot of stuff it kind of says on the back here, but again, I did look up some stuff online about it as well. And again, too, with me not even being able to keep the succulent alive, like my aunt got me a little one for Christmas one year, and she was like, oh, I know how much, you know, you love gardening, and, you know, again, all my outdoor plants do so well, and I can easily, like, diagnose and normally fix the problem with a lot of them. And again, I can do really well with outdoor plants. It's like indoor plants, like they're, you know, and again, I don't know, I don't want to say very finicky, but like I just get so concerned with them that like maybe I'm like, you know, a helicopter parent over my indoor plants, and I like tend to them too much. I don't know. Whereas like the outdoor ones, I could go a couple days, and normally again Mother Nature kind of helps take care of them too, so I don't have to like be watering them and, you know, making sure they have enough sunlight and all that kind of stuff. Like so long as they're in the right place, they're normally good. I don't really have to do too much to them. But you know, again, my aunt, you know, because my outdoor plants always did so well, and she would come by and see the garden and the vegetable garden and stuff like that, she got me a little succulent for inside. And again, like I think honestly it was like a month or 2, and I don't even know if it made it that long. It ended up turning brown and crispy, and it didn't make it. So like I said, that's why my mom got me that. And that one right back there, that's a like I think a crocheted succulent. So I have fake plants in my room because I can't take care of real ones. But the problem is too, is that I think my room does not face the sunlight. Like the bathroom window, even though it's frosted glass, it gets direct sunlight. Like it gets a lot of sunlight, which is why everything against that side of the house does really well. That's where we keep all of our, you know, plants. We grow them on the windowsill, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think having it in my room and I didn't have it in the window, it might have not gotten enough sunlight to him. So maybe that was why. And also too, I watered it, but I don't know if I like overwatered it maybe, or maybe I didn't actually water it enough. Like it said you didn't have to water it that much too, so I was like, okay, like, you know, and I know how to check to make sure that like they have enough water. Again, like I said, I water my, you know, vegetable garden. I don't know how I ended up not, you know, that one didn't make it, but like I said, my mom has got all kinds of things. She like, you know, constantly is taking clippings and regrowing stuff. Like she will take clippings, like the Vinca vine that we have that grows outside, outside. She takes clippings of that almost every single year and somehow incorporates it into the indoor plants because she grows it inside and outside. And so it grows right in our front like flower bed, but every single year she always takes a clipping and always has to start a new one in the bathroom every single year. Like, it's just, she always does that. But the thing is that when we do start it and we grow it through the whole, you know, winter, then we can plant it in our potted plants because it's normally really big and thriving. And then it looks really pretty when it's mixed in there because those kind of ones cost way more. We buy the cheaper ones and then we just add kind of our own stuff and make them look like they're expensive. That's how we do it. And like I said, that is why there is Vinca vine leaves. I think that's what it is. I think, yeah, because we also have bishop's weed, so I don't think that that's it. I think it's Vinca vine. That's why it's got leaves inside of my Venus flytrap. But that is the first plant that I'll say I've kept alive for, again, a couple months at least now, and it's doing good and she looks happy. So anyways, I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give the gold thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.